Something.
Things
Something,
are being
something.
said.
Excellent.
Raider still says no sound. We have no sound on the stream yet. Oh, there we go. There we go. Kaitu says we are audible.
Tonight, Ugna will be communicating via charades.
Ugna is going to mime
She
to
would
our
be
audience.
so bad at charades.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie.
Okay,
I'm
while
good. I fixed
Alina
it.
fixes.
I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed?
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I think levels are leveling, so.
In that case, how's about I start this train a rolling?
Yeah.
And welcome once again, internet friends and webcomic fans. It is your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist bringing you another episode of Trash Heroes, the D&D stream where we recount the epic adventures of a wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures known as the Trash Heroes. Our players, as always, are this collection of a bird, and also, no, that's not my normal script.
Hi.
Invasion, bird invasion.
Meg's like,
Very
hello, I'm
curious
on your
bird.
stream now. I am Raider.
It's
I have
mine
raided.
now.
Our players, as always, are this collection of supremely talented internet cartoonists and artists. Please check out all of their links and work and supports in the upper right-hand block. Subscribe to social medias and check out people's Patreons and other ways of looking at their cool art. And of course, there is always a way to support the stream itself. You can subscribe, which puts you in for the art draw that we do at the end of every stream. And also, of course, you can check out the Patreon for the stream in the description below. And all that said, let me introduce the characters. First up, we have the Keeper of the Vermin, Protector of the Trash Heap. It's Fettid Quaggle.
That's me. Hi.
Next up, the larger-than-life pit-fighting superstar that is Ugna Sugartuss.
Oh yeah, it's bone crushing time.
Next up, the trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal Tromlin Darioles.
Sup, sluts?
And then there is the wild magic streaming sensation Morgan V. Sater.
Probably gay.
Seems
Probably.
Very likely.
Probably.
Seems likely. And joining us in a short while, because he had to step off for a few, is our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine. And this is the part where Peter would say, horrifying catchphrase. So I'll just throw that out for him. When we last left our heroes.
It was a lot.
Okay.
As I recall, it was a lot.
Things happening. We began in the North Watchtower of the city of Ravensfall, where the party had encountered, or had followed, the fleeing Grey Tower twins, Zook and Zaya, into a chamber containing a large glowing magical stone floating above a plinth and giving off an ominous hum. Across the chamber, a door was being slammed shut, and behind a sweep of grey cloak and a circle of stone statues surrounding the plinth suddenly turned their animated heads towards the party. Fettid, who is currently mounted on the back of a summoned hellhound named Ollie Mandias, took a trick shot and blocked that doorway with an arrow so that it did not latch shut so he could follow in pursuit. And he bounded off in pursuit of the Grey Towers. Meanwhile, Ugna leapt forward, tried to shatter the stone with her hammer, but was tackled by animated statues and already quite wounded. The whole party was wounded and low on spells, fought back desperately against these powerful constructs, and put a crack in the glowing gem. But Ugna was eventually brought to her knees and rendered unconscious, even as Morgan thunderstepped her to safety. But then Tromlin remembered the summoning stone of the acid method that he held and summoned the creature and had it take the beams of the roof out and drop the ceiling on the magic stone, shattering it and ending the ritual. Tromlin took a black token to pull this off, so that will be cashed in later by me.
That's not going to go bad for me.
No,
it's never gone bad for us in the past.
Always great when that happens.
Oh, in fairness, last time I got laid.
True.
That's fair.
True.
And then you had 1 million spider babies.
Yep. Whittled down to 4.
There's still 4 survivors. From the edge of the broken ceiling, the party saw below that a barbarian raid was taking place on the tower by none other than Morgan's former tribe. So, following stealthily after the barbarians as they retreated with their stolen goods, the party, minus Fettid, trekked northwards along the valley of the Raven Flood until well into the hills. They came over a rise and saw the icy wastes stretching out towards the Great Northern Sea. This is probably a good time to throw up a map for me, Alina, if you can.
Give me half a second.
The general Northlands of Karsh is good enough,
Sure.
I think. So we can see the Northlands.
There we go.
For our new viewers, we basically have ridiculous characters in a semi-serious D&D world, which is always...
And if you want to see my character's hot mom being hit on
Who
by...
doesn't?
Oh, that'll be coming.
Yeah,
We'll be
Copernicus.
putting that one
There
up.
is
By the entire party.
it is in the safer work
Cromlin
our
has-
channel, but it is there in the Discord.
We're
Cromlin
looking
has-
Give me the
respectfully.
general.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I want. Nope, sorry, that's the full
It's the
world
full
map.
world.
The one in between those two would be great.
I've got Ibisha, I've got Northlands, and I've got the Reaches of Throm.
Yep, Northlands.
All right.
The zoomed out Northlands one, not the zoomed in one. It's all good. If you don't have it, I'll use that one.
That's still lower Throm. Give me a second.
You're totally missing one of my maps, but
I
that's
am.
okay.
All I have is the Shadow Coast, which does not have Ravensfall on it, where we are currently.
We're up there somewhere.
We're over here.
I'll
I'm
send
just
you.
gonna-
General direction.
I'm
just
gonna send you the
we're
map.
like
'cause
over
I
here.
assumed you had it. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
please do. I can pull it in right now.
I'll send you the map just so you've got it.
I swear I had
For
it at some
later.
point, but it's not in the maps folder, so
I'm sure you do, but upload a file. It's like sitting right here on my screen, but I can't share it. How annoying.
I'm drinking tonight
Oh my
a
goodness.
wildflower gin, rhubarb,
Ooh.
lavender, and fresca cocktail.
Oh, that sounds
Ooh.
fantastic.
It's very good. And I
am
probably put too
drinking-
much of the rhubarb lavender in there, but oof.
just a
tasty.
very standard gen matcha. It's good for you.
I'm
And I've just
drinking
got a
coffee
cherry
from
coke.
4 hours ago.
Now
I'm
that's
drinking
a real
Coke.
artist.
hmm
Does it have any paintbrushes in it?
No. And hopefully I won't end up with my stylus in it.
Did you see Daniel's
Oh.
comic from this morning? It was very cute.
No, I haven't seen it
Oh.
yet.
It's about drinking comics and drawing tea.
hmm
Okay, Alina, I have posted the map in general.
Sweet.
You've got it. While you're pulling that up, though, I will complete our little recap.
Things might flash
Um,
briefly. If our
okay.
video goes great, it'll just be for a second.
So we finished up with, as you were trekking up over the rise, suddenly having been noticed despite the Pass Without Trace spell, the party was surrounded by warriors of the Chillwinds tribe, including the imposing Grandam Oglaf Frostmaid, leader of the tribe and Morgan's disapproving mother. And that is where we left off.
Fun. Fun for
Mhm.
me.
Okay.
I bet
Fun
you're
day
thrilled.
for me.
I
This
bet
day has
you're
been
super happy.
so nice. You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
This day's probably been one of the days of my life.
Mhm.
One of the best days.
One of the best in a certain
Okay.
category.
One of the absolute
and
days.
the best being the worst. It's the best worst day, probably, at least in a long time.
I just
Which
had
is,
Lily
you
follow
know-
me, but I'm doing all right.
It's
Yeah.
a positive mark for the party. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That like we've done a lot and been through a lot of shit, and then this is just like the
Are
It's
you
the worst.
pulling up that map, Alina? Or
I
no?
don't see it in general. I don't know if it posted. Did you
What?
post in Trash Heroes? Or did you post in the stream?
I posted in this stream general. Hang on a
I
second.
do not see it. I'll take us back to the
There
main
we go.
overlay. I find
I
it.
found out that you do
There we go.
questionable
There now.
content. You
That
never
was a-
talk about your work.
BT
So-
dub.
Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you, Jeff.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
rewatching the episode that I had to like step
Or
away
even-
from,
or
and
even
then I was just like
tweeted that out.
looking at people's
Last
social media contacts, and I was like,
That's
I've
great.
minute.
read your comic like a lot.
Wait a
Like,
minute.
Yeah, I draw it a lot. Most days, in fact.
The
oh,
best
God.
part is that I literally listed
many
all the people who were
years.
playing in the game when we invited you.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. We got a map. Map
We got
time.
a map. Okay.
Map time.
Just to
Let's go.
place you.
Give it to
where
us,
y'all
Dora.
are. So if you zoom in on the north icy wastes, so you can see the river of the Raven Flood heading north from the city of Ravensfall towards the hills around the icy wastes, and you have come over the rise and are moving downhill now towards the Great Northern Sea and the icy wastes. So having connected with your tribe, Morgan, I believe as we left off, Copernicus was trying to hit on your mom.
That's not awkward at all.
Lovely. Lovely.
And
For
we have a
that
picture
part-
of that, actually, Alina. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
want to share
we
that.
do.
Because Lar drew it. Did.
Oh, that's what that
Yeah.
was. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that but didn't have the context for it. Okay.
But
Where's
might
the
as well
Lar
share
art?
with the audience.
Oh boy.
I love
So good.
Perni's blacked out profile picture. It's so good.
Yep, that's literally from the stream intro.
Mm-hmm.
For the newcomers in the audience, that the stream intro music, of course, written and performed by Mr. Jeff Jocks.
That's true. I did it. I am
so
to blame.
good.
Also,
So
just
good.
questionable content.
I don't know if you've heard of them.
If you've heard questionable content, you
Has
know.
anybody heard of this?
Anybody
comic?
heard this comic? I don't know.
Apparently, it's
You know
on
about
even-
this?
I've heard there's robots.
Are you gay and nerdy? Have you read maybe a webcomic? Maybe you've read questionable content?
How do you feel about robots who want to smooch?
Oh, I'm just gay and nerdy and I make webcomics.
Well, I mean, that's.
I think from all the
that's
fan
part
art,
of it.
how much I enjoy them.
Yeah.
Horrible things I've drawn for you over the years.
So many sins.
Oh, it's so good.
I still get occasional hate mail from people who go through your archives.
It's good.
Nice. You
No,
know,
they
you
are
guys
not-
really
Commented on my
Okay.
Robo Dildo guest comic. I guess Robo Dildos are
God, I
fine.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
have
pretty
not.
par for the course.
Yeah, Robo Dildos are a lot better than making fun of Faye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. People get real touchy about that.
The love Faye.
Yeah. Although someone did get mad at me for even insinuating that Hanners could be Pizza Girl. 'Cause
Yeah,
it-
people are also very weirdly overprotective of Hannelore sometimes.
like, someone got real upset. Like, that's not my canon. I was like, I don't give
Mhm.
a flying. It was a guest strip I
Me.
did a
Yeah.
But
decade ago.
according to the Wikia, that would not be.
Excuse
I
me.
can't make fun of the Wikia because I have to use it for research on a semi-regular basis.
I
because-
have the SP Wiki is not very like updated, but it has helped me more than once. I have to admit
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
It turns out when you've drawn several thousand comics, it's hard to keep every single thing straight in your head.
God, no kidding.
Yeah, and now I have the problem of just not that, but also Popeye.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you've got
Oh
all
my
that
God.
continuity. A literal
Uh,
history.
A lot.
You don't want to JoJo star it, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Are you
still
grabbing that
still
picture?
furious.
Oh, yeah, I
So
gotta grab that.
absolutely furious. And JoJo's
Mm.
the way that
Oh, no.
JoJo started, he was like, I'm gonna use Hamon to control water and water like frequencies. And then
Mhm.
like the third season, he's like doing this like magically influenced like competition to put drops of water in a cup and make sure it doesn't overflow. And the bitch does not use Hamon. Like, dude, you're
What are you
allowed to
doing?
cheat. Your ability was to control Hamon. Like, but the creators are like, I don't know what I did.
Morgan's unreasonably hot
yeah.
mom.
True. Yeah.
There is the Grand Dame.
Yeah. I made decisions when I made my
La Frost
character's
made.
backstory, and I'm a little regretting it now, but like, here we are.
Oh, I'm not at all.
Or it's Perni, to be honest.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Forgot that if I
Still.
made a hot mom, that people would want to fuck my hot mom, and then
If
I was
it's-
like, oh,
That
maybe
is
I
buckets in
shouldn't
typically
the
how it
neighborhood.
goes.
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't have done that. And I was just like, yeah, just hotties everywhere.
Mhm.
I just realized Mike Sater might be the least horny person here.
Nope, there's Fettid. I don't
Yes,
really
that's
get
true.
the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
mammalian mating thing.
No.
Yeah, nobody's keeping the eggs. It's weird.
Strong ace
Yeah,
vibes
I'm
off
like-
of stinky little kobold man.
Yeah.
Speaking of whom, let us pick
Speaking
up
of me.
where we left off.
Actually,
So
I will
Fettid,
throw to a picture of Fettid.
I'll remind everyone that Fettid, if you got one with Fettid and Ollie. Oh yes,
I
it's
don't
in
have
his
Ollie, but I
fan
got
mail.
Filth.
Oh, that's so
Filth the
good.
trash dragon.
Oh, I love it.
Lamb.
I forgot you drew that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just a
The
stinky
little
little
googly
lamb.
eyes on Filth are perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. The
So-
hats on hats.
Yes.
I'll remind you, Jeff, that you spent a hero point
That's true.
To,
To do that cool thing I did.
to render Zook Greytower unconscious. And his sister has hauled him off through a door, which, in order to write you out temporarily last game, we had you trick shot the door to keep it from latching and chase
Mhm.
after. So I will immediately pick you up in combat time at
Sweet.
that point because
Finish killing these
with-
weirdos.
with Ollie as your mount,
Kill the
Ollie
fuck out of them,
Hellhound,
please.
Mhm.
You can easily overtake. So because Ollie has a movement of 50.
Fast boy.
So I don't know if you want to pull up the LAR drawing of Ollie. I'm pretty happy with it. But let's start with an initiative roll from you, Jeff.
All right. Get my
As-
dice out.
You and Ollie are chasing the heavily burdened Zaya Greytower, who is heavily burdened with her unconscious brother.
Unconscious and soon to be dead. 11 plus, I believe, a speed of 5 should be 16.
Yes, indeed. So
Relieve her of that
You-
burden and relieve them both of the burden of their lives.
you're actually going to go first. You have a 16. She has a 15.
Sweet.
So that's pretty straightforward initiative. And Ollie currently is acting as your mount, so he's going on your initiative.
Okay.
So you charged through this door. You get to the other side, and you find that this leads into a second chamber, which has another staircase that winds both up and down, up towards the roof and down towards the main hall where all the other guards are.
Mhm.
And she is moving upwards. She's moving at a surprising clip, considering that she's dragging her brother at half on the ground behind her because she doesn't have the strength to fully carry him. But she is moving kind of supernaturally fast.
Oh,
And
of course.
you suspect some kind of haste spell keeping her from being too slow. However, even with the doubled speed, her burden brings her back down to, I think it's probably either a 30 or a 40 with the double. So you're faster.
Okay.
And you currently have a line of sight as they are fleeing ahead of you.
Mhm.
So you can do something. You're on your
Yes.
mount's back.
First thing I want to do is put a hunter's mark on her. Because he is now
On
my
her
quarry.
or the brother. Because
That's a good
he's
Kill the brother.
unconscious. I don't know that a hunter's mark would help you because if you do damage to him, it just forces death saves.
Oh, well, in that case,
Having
yeah, I'm just
extra
gonna.
damage doesn't help.
Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on making him be dead before I worry about her then. All right. In that case, I would like to attempt a web, just in case it works.
Nice. Okay, so you are going to cast a web spell, which I believe is an attack roll.
I think it's just a save on your end.
I'm just double checking if that's the case. You're correct. Okay, so I'm just going to save for her because he kind of counts as an object right now,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
as an unconscious guy. Dexterity saving throw. She's got a 17 total. What is your
Wait.
17 is your
Ah.
or actually no, yours is lower even. I think
Yeah.
it's
Well,
15. Yes.
kind of
So
what I
she
figured.
makes the saving throw. So she manages to sort of duck as this like
Mm-hmm.
spray from your bug swarm of web flies
Mm-hmm.
over her head and fills the stairwell ahead of her.
Okay.
And you still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I would like to see. I don't have filth with me, correct?
Nope, you left him behind to
Yes.
watch over the unconscious Lady Nightshade.
Okay. Let me see.
I think your options are you could take a bonus action to prep your arrows for poison damage with your Gift of the Trash Dragon.
Yeah, I think that's probably my best choice, actually. So yeah, I would like to do that with my bonus action, and then what can Ollie do since his turn is?
Yes, he goes on your turn. So as
Yeah.
a mount, while he is your mount, he is able to do only um, dash and disengage actions. So if you
Okay.
want to get closer faster, you could have him uh, put some effort into going fast.
Yeah, I think that makes
Try to
sense
catch
for the
up.
time being. Yeah.
So you are quickly catching up. And as you do so, she looks back over her shoulder with um, probably the most expression you've ever seen on her face. Um, just furious. And as she looks back at you in fury, her face twists like rubber and she hisses and her
Hmm.
mouth widens impossibly far around the sides of her face.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected.
Please kill these
Got
freaky people.
one of them
Are,
snake mouths.
yeah, her eyes turn entirely black, and she is going to use some of her sorcery points to attack you with a psychic spell.
Hmm.
Uh, Dissonant
Rude.
Whispers. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, am I any good at those? Probably not. Wisdom. Oh no, I am good at that actually. That is a bad roll though. It's my wisdom modifier, correct?
Your wisdom save is, yeah, it's just straight +4.
Oh boy, well that's a 7 total then.
I ain't gonna cut it
Yeah,
unless you would like to spend a inspiration. So you've got a
I think I'm
couple.
gonna hold off for now.
This will be 3d6 psychic damage.
Yeah, that's about what I was expecting.
Okay. And this is probably a good time for me to let our audience know or remind those who've been here before that if you can see the cheer counter is at 5%. If you cheer for our heroes and it rolls over, I give everyone another inspiration. Just so as you know. And currently, that's 3d6 psychic damage. You are still somewhat injured from the previous encounters, but not as bad as some people. I believe you only had the damage from the fireball earlier,
Mm.
because everything else was after targeted at specific people who weren't you. She is going to use her sorcery point
Oh, great.
for empowering this spell and re-roll some damage because I rolled trash.
Well, at least I'm
Re-roll.
making her expend resources
That
to hurt
is
me.
I
thematic for
rolled a
this
1,
game.
2, and a 3.
Oof.
So I'm re-rolling all 3 of those dice because they're crap. All right, that's a little better. So I turned that from 6 points of damage to 12 points of damage. So you
Okay,
take
yeah.
12 psychic damage,
Okay.
and you must immediately use your reaction, if available, which it is,
Okay.
to move as far as your speed allows away from the source of this. So
Uh-huh.
effectively, what's going to happen is you hear this horrific, otherworldly noise in your head as her mouth
Mhm.
widens into this awful abyssal shape, and dark, horrific whispers from beyond come spilling out of her maw.
Mhm.
And the noise attacks your brain and causes you pain, and makes you want to throw yourself back down the stairs. Now,
Cool.
since you have a mount, you do have the option of having a controlled situation here, so you could basically keep to your mount and use the mount's movement, so you can sort of like pull on the ruff and pull Ollie up short.
I think that
Uh,
makes more sense. Yeah.
the other option, of course, is to jump off and run on your own, but that seems less wise.
Yeah.
And the spell specifically says that you're not forced to like cause yourself harm or like run off a cliff or anything crazy
Mhm.
like that.
Okay.
You're
Yeah, I
allowed
will
to
just
choose
pull
your
up
path
short with Ollie then.
as you hear the horror noises. Um, so with her movement, she's going to keep going up the uh, the stairs. She is still not moving at her full speed because of her burdens, but the haste spell she's concentrating on is giving her some legs, so she is
Mhm.
getting further away. And then it comes back to you. Um, you do not have line of sight, but you can move. Like that effect was only for the one reaction. You don't have to keep fleeing.
Okay.
So you can now move further up the stairs and get within line of sight if you want to
Yeah, I'll do that.
do something. So you kind of like having given pause by this terrifying otherworldly horror in your brain. You go, God damn it,
Hmm.
stupid magic mammals.
Nothing worse than magic.
Um, and you give Ollie his head to head out, tear up that distance. And if you want him to dash again, you can actually end up closer than you were.
Yeah, I think that's what I will use him for.
Okay, so yeah, you're closing. She's still a ways away, struggling. But now she's basically getting up to the trap door that leads up to the next level, wherever that leads.
Mhm.
This is all happening before the ceiling gets dropped, by the way, because
Right.
the other fight took several rounds, so this is only one. So there's still a ceiling for the moment.
Hmm.
What would you like to do?
It's arrow time.
Oh my! And
Thought it
are
might
you
be.
shooting at? You are going to shoot at her, or are you going to shoot at
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at
brother,
yeah,
at her fallen brother?
creepy boy.
So he is
Oh,
currently stable because that's why you guys were able to catch up to them, because she stopped to deliver first aid.
right.
Um, there aren't any healing sorcerer spells, so she has no healing magic, but she was able to use a skill to stabilize her brother. So he's not
You
currently
have first
dying,
aid.
but an arrow will change that.
That's the hope.
So go ahead and roll a hit.
That is an 18.
That will hit.
Sweet.
I'm going to give him not his full armor class because he's unconscious, but I'm going to give him an armor class because he's carrying him.
Sure.
Sorry, what was that total?
18 total.
I'm just double checking if a shield spell, which happens as a reaction, makes sense because she's carrying him, so he's basically using her AC. She
Raven,
is
I'm drawing a
indeed going to
treat for
use her.
you.
She is
I'm
going to
trying
use
to
her
grab
reaction.
screenshots from the
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So she like waves a hand back at you and hisses again, and a mystical shimmering barrier bounces your arrow off as her AC goes up by 5. That doesn't mean you can't hit. It just means that they have a bonus.
Yeah.
So you could try again, but you need to roll real good. And that was an 18 total, right? Right? Not just the die.
Yeah, no, that was total. All right. So let's try again, only this time we're going to roll above a 10.
Sounds like a good plan.
I did not, so now I would like to spend an inspiration to attempt to roll above 10.
And do.
I think that's a
Not Fettid's day so
valid thing
far.
to do.
Oh my god, same number. All right, so
What?
that is
All
a
right.
16 total then, which is clearly not going to
Okay.
do the job.
So pum, arrows are ricocheting off of her shield spell as she continues to go up the stairs.
Rude.
On her turn, she is going to burst through the door, the trap door at the top of these stairs, and out into some kind of open air space that you can kind of get a whiff of through the door. She is going to attempt an action. She used her reaction. She can use her bonus to do the, opening the door and otherwise getting clear here. How many spells does she have left? She's running low. She's going to shoot a cantrip back at you because that won't cost her any spell slots. So she points a finger back at you and attempts to strike you with a chill touch.
I don't approve of that.
A ghostly skeletal finger appears out of nowhere and tries to stab at you. So she has to make a hit roll against your armor class. That's not great. What's your armor class?
AC is 17.
Okay, she will have enough to hit you then. I think she's armor class 7. So I've got an 18 total. Okay, she is... is she going to spend... Oh, no, sorry. That's already a damage. Damage is 2d8. All right. I was just trying to decide if she would try to cast it with like on a level, but she's running low on spell slots, so she's not going to do that.
I'm going to eat my character sheet. Please do not.
7 damage.
Okay.
Switch.
Is Meg trying to eat your character sheet?
Meg is trying to eat all of the paper on my desk.
That seems like a thing that she would do.
Look at this little snuggle.
My goodness. She's extra snuggly because there's a new bird. And she does
Oh.
not know what to think about it. There's a new little bird in our house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm uploading a picture of Ollie and Fettid into the.
Amazing.
Well, we have more in our stream, but
Yes.
I'm pretty sure after break we're gonna share a bunch.
Hell yeah.
But in the fan art, I uploaded a screenshot.
Oh, it looks so
Nice.
good.
Okay, back to you, Fettid.
All right.
He's running through this door and disappearing. But with Ollie's full movement, you can get up there and right through the door.
Yeah, I need to do that. Before, and I don't know how doable this is, but before I bust through this door, would I have time to make a split second, I don't know, perception check or something to see if I'm about to like run into a sword face first or some other kind of ambush situation, or is there not time for that?
No, go for it. I won't this is sort of like just passive perception.
Sure.
But you know what? Roll for Ollie as well, and he gets advantage
Okay.
because of his doggy senses.
It's good because my roll was garbage, as has been. Ollie, on the other hand. Yeah, that's an 8. That's a 14 plus whatever modifier you want to give him. He's a good boy.
He has a pretty good. He is a hellhound, so he's actually got a decent perception. His perception bonus is +5.
Unlike my actual dog, the least perceptive animal with a snoot I've ever met.
But what a snoot.
Oh, that's all he's got.
So, Ollie does not seem to be particularly worried about any scents up ahead.
Well, I will trust him.
So you burst through and you find yourself on sort of a parapet on the side of the roof. So there's a slightly pointed roof of this building, and on one side of it there's a stone crescent-shaped parapet with some balustrade that face outwards, one at each end, facing outwards to the north to basically have a sweep of the wall. And with those perception rolls, even with your crappy one, you notice that down below, coming out of the hills north of the city, is some sort of barbarian-looking raiders. Now they don't look like the Nihil worshippers.
So these are
Sorry.
different
NHL
assholes.
Not
Okay.
hockey barbarians. Just
Yeah.
regular barbarians.
Their big crooked sticks and their strange blade boots.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, these look like more traditional barbarians of the north with furs and various bladed axes.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be in the process of breaking down the doors to this north tower.
Okay.
You can see that there are men on the walls below. So basically, about one story below you is the curtain wall that this watchtower is embedded within. And on the curtain wall, there are like some very disorganized soldiers shooting arrows at the barbarians, but several of them have already been shot down by the barbarians throwing spears and firing arrows back.
Okay.
Standing not very far from you and kind of looking shocked is Zaya Greytower with her brother slumped to the ground next to her, who's like looking out and did not expect to see, apparently, this barbarian horde. And she's paused as though not sure what to do as you come bolting out on the back of your hellhound. But that wasn't your action, that was just your movement. So what would you like to do?
Sweet. It is time for more arrows.
Okay.
Although actually before that, if I were to Hunter's Mark Zook now, would that affect my chance to hit through his shield, etc.?
I'm afraid it only affects the damage, not the
Okay,
hit roll.
right.
So,
All right, well, in that case, let's continue to shoot arrows at this idiot. That's more like it. That is a 27.
okay, so she uses her reaction once again and one more level 1 spell slot to do a shield, which adds 5 to her armor class, but that is insufficient because she does not have an armor class of 22.
Good.
So that 27 is definitely going to hit, and that is an automatic failed death save.
Good.
So that shot takes him down from 0 hit points but stable to a failed death save and needing to make more death saves.
Good. Only need
So he
2
is now
more of
bleeding
those.
out with an arrow in him. Well, happily, you have a second attack.
I know. Let's see what this one does. That will miss. That is a 15.
Okay. So it glances off of her shield spell. Now it's her turn
I'm doing
again.
my best.
She
You're just a little guy.
looks around
Yeah.
desperately, looking for an escape. She does not have enough sorcery points to blow. Well, she probably could. Yeah, she's going to attempt something somewhat difficult. She
Good.
is going to blow multiple spell slots for sorcery points so she can cast another dimension door.
Ooh.
But there's a 500-foot range on dimension door, so she's going to be down on the ground somewhere that is potentially in the risk zone, and just hope to be far enough away that she is not too at risk of being destroyed by these barbarians. So she, having the concentrated haste on herself, is going to use one action to recollect her brother. She was dashing before with one of her 2 actions because haste gives you an extra action. I'm going to assume she needs to spend an action just to get her brother prepared for this run that she's about to do, and then cast a dimension door. I got to double check that she's not breaking her. I've been watching carefully that she doesn't cast anything that breaks her concentration. No, that's another instantaneous, so she can do it. So she casts another dimension door. This is eating up several of her lower level spell slots all at once because she is
Something
out
anyway.
of 4th level and 3rd level spells. and she and her brother disappear in a flash, and you see them appear again down on the battlefield where the barbarians are attacking, but maybe 100 yards to the east
Hmm.
of where the main battle is happening.
Okay.
So down below
You
you, but within 500 feet.
you said that there
And then
were a
she
bunch
starts
of
running again, but not very fast.
you said there were a bunch of ballistae up here.
There are two ballista up here.
Would I be able to swing one around and take aim at them?
This is an excellent idea. Okay. Just double
Ring these
checking your
weird twins is a
proficiencies.
very
You have
very
martial
cinematic.
weapon. You have all simple and martial weapon proficiencies.
Ooh.
I do
Good.
not see why you would not have the ability to at least. It's just a big crossbow.
Yeah, right.
It's just really, really, really big.
So
I
you
don't see
jump
why
over
that
to
would
this
be
stuff,
an issue.
and yeah, it's going to take you an action to get it kind of like loaded up and ready to
Yeah,
fire.
sure.
But like you're right there, so you can start
Mhm.
doing such an action.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
Can Ollie
You
use the
can-
help action to give him advantage?
Yeah.
I don't even need a roll. You're
Ollie,
very.
do you know how to load a crossbow? No. Okay. I got an ear tilt out of him. That's more than I
Aw.
usually get when he's asleep.
Aw.
Excellent. Okay. So she is still attempting to flee with her brother because she's looking like wildly around because she sees them bleeding out and has no healing magic and no time where she is to start patching him with band-aids. She's looking clearly for like any sort of rocks or cover to hide her brother in. And he makes a death save.
Does he
Which-
make it?
I won't. I
We
guess
won't
should
know.
I tell you?
We don't know.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Are
from
any of
here.
them within line of sight of me?
No, because you're
No,
still
we're-
inside the chamber fighting
That's
Oh yeah,
statues.
the roof hasn't collapsed yet.
I
Yeah,
do
this has only
like the
been 2
idea
rounds.
that in D&D universes, when somebody's been mortally wounded, if they fail their death save, they have to wail out like, "Oh, I failed my death save!" So everybody knows exactly how close to death they are.
I am dying more.
You
It's
just
like
wait for
it's like
the
in old
little
times when
-5
someone would
above the
say
head.
like, yeah, when they'd be like, "Oh, I die," and then they drop
I was
dead.
just like
in
asking,
Shakespeare.
like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And they're like, and they just like vomit up some blood, and you're like,
No, it just
Well,
tells you which part of the soliloquy they're in, right? So it's
mhm.
like one failed death save, you start the soliloquy.
Yep.
Second death save, you're starting to peak there, and the third one is when you say, "I die."
Mhm.
I'm just imagining Jim Carrey like going like completely rigid and then popping up and be like, "Ugh," and then
Yeah,
going back down.
Oh,
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm picturing the Pee Wee Herman death in Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Oh my
right?
god, that was good.
Where
That was a good death.
he takes like 3 minutes of screen time to die. He just keeps coming back on screen going, and then he just falls off screen again and he'll be back. So, oh my goodness. That was their turn. So back to you, and you have a shot because Zaya Greytower has not yet gotten to cover.
Good.
Best
I'm
she's
going
got to
to
Marshall. Give it a shot.
attempt to roll well on this one.
I've heard
I
that
am going
these
to
two can't live
give
without each
you
other, so you know.
advantage.
Oh, I
Oh.
rolled very well. That is a 17 before any bonuses you want to give me.
Woohoo. Well, I'm giving you advantage on the
Ooh.
roll because of your hero
All right.
point that was spent. So
Crit
just in
them,
case you roll
crit
20.
them, crit them, crit
No.
them.
Second one was a 4, so we'll just have to settle for a
Oh,
17 plus whatever.
wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh.
I'm double checking your trick shot.
Can you
Oh.
So
trick
I was
shot with
giving
a
you
ballista?
advantage. It's just it's any ranged weapon.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
I was giving you advantage. An all trick shot says is take disadvantage. You can only do this once per long rest, but you haven't used it
Hmm.
to do an auto critical.
Okay.
So if instead of rolling your second die, you just take that disadvantage and advantage and cancel out, that 17 becomes an attack with an auto critical.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good idea for me.
So what is that total?
Like a goddamn ballista.
Yep.
Well, it would
What
be a
is it?
17 plus whatever my to hit modifier is
It'll
with
be your
a.
normal ranged attack
Okay.
hit bonus.
That would be a 25 then.
Okay, so even with her shield spell, which she can do
Mhm.
as a reaction, that will not be enough to protect her and her brother. So she once again, hears this like katwang and sees this spear launching towards her. Magically pulps up a shield spell, which the ballista shatters and goes through and strikes Zook Greytower. Since that's a critical, that forces 2 death saves.
Ah.
That's 3 failed death saves because he failed the other one.
Doesn't that mean
Oh,
he's dead? Or am I
dead.
wrong about
He
that?
You
dead.
pin his
Oh,
body
yeah.
to the ground.
He
Good.
very dead.
Take that, creep.
You're too weird, sir.
And Zaya is going to howl horrendously in dismay.
Couldn't have been evil at me.
And what has she got left? Can she do that?
Can she howl?
No range. Just checking some of the things that she might try to do in retribution as to whether she has the range. Because
Try apologizing.
what's the range on
For
Arms
being
of
a
Hadar?
freaky weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just a self.
And also trying to kill us like a bunch of times. But mostly just for being too weird.
Oh, I hate that arms spell. I know what that is from Baldur's Gate 3 and what a bastard it is in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And she can only double range using the using her points. So yeah, she's just out of range for anything. So she shrieks some kind of curse in abyssal at you
Amazing.
and then vanishes and disappears with some sort of
Amazing.
spell or invisibility or teleportation.
His body's
I'm
still
not sure
there?
which. His body's still there. It's pinned to the ground by a ballista. There's a spear clear through him.
You need a strength check just to get that out of the ground.
You love
The
to see it.
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Doesn't have enough points to do another dimension door and take him with her. So
Oh, burn that body.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
we
yes.
probably
like-
should.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a bit far away at the moment, but
now that said, you and Ollie could pretty easily jump down from the ballista parapet to the curtain wall. This is
mhm.
about the equivalent of a story, about 10 feet. And Ollie is
Oh,
a
that's not bad.
large,
Yeah.
I believe he considered a medium fiend, but still, he's a wolf. He's
Yeah.
like a giant demonic wolf. So I would say he can pretty easily make that jump.
All right.
I'll
Yeah,
make
let's
that
do that.
next
Always
check.
confirm your kills,
Absolutely. Especially
especially when
when
they're
there's
against
weird magic
creepy
going on.
undead. Yeah.
So you and Ollie leap down to the main curtain wall and start running along it in the towards the east, which is where she teleported towards. The guards that are still surviving on this wall, having been peppered with barbarian arrows, freak out and panic as they are borne down upon by a ravening hellhound. Ollie spits a little fire in a cone in front of him as he goes, and guards do like Wilhelm screams as they fall, burning off the like
Mhm.
standard special effects, like stuntman with like on fire does the little run to the left slightly, run to the right slightly, and then throw himself off the wall into the thing of water that's just out of screen. But as you do so, as you leap down onto the wall and start running away, there is a rumbling crash from behind you, and you crane around and look over your shoulder and see that the roof of that tower that you were just next to on the parapet has collapsed in on itself. And you're maybe a little curious about what the hell's going on with your friends because they seem to have just brought the roof down.
Yeah, I hope they didn't all just die horribly in that.
It's fine.
I
I
mean-
definitely didn't get caught in that collapse. I'm fine.
M-
All right,
Most
good. I'm glad
parties
to
that I
hear it.
go to, the roof does come down. Usually it's more figurative.
I was gonna
than
say
literal.
that seems like a very literal interpretation.
Usually the roof is on fire. The roof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
there's a
roof is on-
hellhound up there and everything, and
Yeah.
somehow the roof fell without even ever being on fire. This party is bullshit. Okay. So you charge along the wall, and eventually find that a number of guards that are starting to come this way from the next watchtower down are making quite a barrier that you don't think you're going to be particularly capable of getting past. Particularly, they all start like making a formation and pulling out bows.
Right.
Now that said, you have the ability to fly yourself down from this wall.
Yeah, I want to get down there and make sure this creep is dead.
Yeah. Now, not so sure. Like you can't fly Ollie as well. You can only fly
Yeah.
yourself. So you got to
Yeah,
decide.
that's
whether
okay. Ollie's been a good boy. He deserves a break.
He can at any time at this leave because Copernicus is no longer concentrating on the demon summoning
Yeah.
spell. You guys made a deal with Ollie, so
Right. I was gonna say, doesn't he like disappear automatically? But not if he's got a deal.
no, we made a deal with him for. So he's here for the duration.
Right.
I think he's still concentrating on the spell, but he doesn't have to make saving throws. Is the point?
Because Ollie doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants them good treats.
Yeah, that's what
That's
he's in
actually
for.
true. He hasn't gotten his payment yet, so he's actually quite happy to throw himself off the wall and take some damage if it means that he gets to continue to get his payment.
I have
He
known
does.
dogs like that.
Yeah, he does love to party, so this tracks.
Because he's got like a
He
good
likes
50
he
hit
likes
points.
to
So
party.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you and Ollie jump off the wall. You slow your fall with your writhing tide of vermin. Your insect swarm slows your fall so you don't get damaged, but Ollie
What
will
they
take
say, a writhing tide lifts all kobolds.
Oh,
They do
Yes.
say that.
Good.
Someone has to make up for Perni not being here yet.
Excellent.
And Ollie takes 12 damage, but he is still
He's a
not
tough
doing
boy.
too bad.
He's fine.
Well, I mean, for that matter, you could heal him.
He's fine.
You haven't used many of your first level spells. You just
I'm gonna
used
hold on to
Hunter.
those for now.
Yep. But from there, you can quickly with Ollie's speed run and dash over to the fallen Grey Tower,
Mm-hmm.
speared to the ground, and
Maybe put a couple regular size arrows in him just for good measure.
yep. Ollie also can breathe fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a couple more arrows in him and then instruct Ollie to char the corpse.
Scorch earth.
Yep.
Okay, so as you're charging over that way, you see that the barbarian raid has concluded because the barbarians are like fleeing back to the north, carrying various ill-gotten goods. And you actually recognize some of the bags and crates that they stole are from that storeroom that you guys came out from the secret door into when you first came into this tower.
Okay.
And they've got basically like a year's supply of stores. And they are fleeing back into the wilderness.
And
as
maybe
you
a
torch
lich.
this body.
Oh.
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. Who knows?
Who
All right.
knows?
We hid a lich in those
I'm sure-
supplies. Maybe
I'm
they got
sure
the
it'll
right
be
bag.
fine. Surprise! It's a lich.
You did leave him
That's
in
the
a
best gender reveal party ever.
Hell
Mhm.
yes. The only one I will
I know.
condone.
I know what pink and blue mean, but what does black mean?
So yeah,
Black and screaming. Fettid.
black and screaming. So you with Ollie's help basically completely burn out the the spot, but it's very quickly becomes evident to you that the guards in the tower are going to continue to shoot arrows at you. As
Yeah.
one of them actually hits you,
Ow.
and you take 4 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting low on health. I should probably skedaddle.
Yeah, Ollie takes a few as well. But if you're not worrying about taking anything with you, once you've destroyed that corpse, you can basically flee quite quickly with your mount.
Yeah.
And get out of sight of the walls and pause to fulfill your part of the bargain in this demon
Mhm.
summoning.
He has certainly earned some treats and some head pats.
Involves a lot of belly rubs, I believe
Yep.
were the exact
Mhm.
terms.
I can do that. I mean, I probably smell fantastic to him because not only is he a dog, he's a dog from hell.
We've
Indeed.
got a picture of that. Let me go to that one.
Or some of the art of Ollie.
Yeah. We got a belly rubs picture.
I forgot
I
about
love
that.
Lart. Lart is some of my
Yep.
favorite Lart.
Some good lard.
Hmm.
Art is the best art.
There we go. Get some belly rubs.
Aw,
There
He's a
we
good
go. So that
boy.
happens for a while.
what a good boy.
This was the agreed upon price
Good.
of his assistance in this matter. And you give him belly rubs basically until the spell wears off,
Hmm.
which will be about an hour from when it was first cast, which by this point is like maybe 10 minutes ago.
A lot of
Mhm.
belly rubs.
Yep.
But it's worth it. You give him scritches until he disappears
He's worth it.
in a
Good job,
he
buddy.
melts into a doggy puddle, and then disappears with like a flame outline of the dog on the ground afterwards. Until the next time he gets summoned. And
You have his true name now, right?
yes, so the
Oh my goodness.
the reason
Such a good
that we
boy.
pulled this off was that when you remember when you guys found the summoning library in the Underdark,
Right.
Copernicus found a book of demons, and I said
Oh,
he would
right.
have a couple of names in it to explore. And one of
That's
them,
one of them.
he rolled a ridiculously good Arcana check, and I allowed him to summon a Hellhound. So he now has the true name of that Hellhound, and which is Ozymandias, and he can summon him when he likes.
Love it.
Okay. Oh, I hear some squeaking in there, Alina. I didn't hear that. I only heard it in the real world.
It's because I muted.
Oh, okay. I thought your microphone was just being really good at not picking him up. Is he just complaining because he wants out? Okay. So eventually, Jeff,
Mhm.
after Ollie disappears, you can sneak back towards the city and see that the aftermath is all kind of done with. There are
Mhm.
various city guard setting up barricades and other sort of temporary defensive measures around the attacked tower with its broken down roof and its smashed doors.
Mhm.
But there are also workers clearing away the rubble of the roof, the fallen roof. And there
Okay.
are soldiers camped outside of the gates. You can quickly, however, pick up the trail, the scent of your friends, as well as the barbarian horde heading off to the north.
That seems like a good idea.
Now
I
they
should
won't
probably
hear.
do that.
So you head off in pursuit of your friends. Okay. Meanwhile, this is probably a good time for me to do
Oh
a
no,
poll.
is it the poll?
It's time for a poll, everybody. So I'm going to start loading up the poll here. If my players would like to step away from the chat so you cannot see the poll options. I just got to cut and paste my various options into the poll. So for anyone who might be new to the stream, The poll question is an effect on the game as it is coming up today. You can vote once for free automatically, but you can also vote additional times with channel points. And I encourage people to vote early and often. The duration of the poll is 10 minutes, and I will go with whichever of these wins. All
I
right,
would
here
like
we
to
go.
pander to the audience by sharing one of my Christmas presents, which was technically to myself from my partner, because I bought us both these
Oh my
little
God.
Bluey
Oh, I love it.
figures.
That's very
So
cute.
I
Very
have
good.
Muffin on her tricycle, her cat tricycle.
Nice.
And it came with these little pylons. So please be kind to us. Emphasis on me in that us.
Okay.
Adorable. Good.
All right, everybody. The poll is live. Please bring me your votes. And you'll notice that I put an option in to avoid the need for anyone to try splitting votes. You can split votes if you choose, or choose something specific. I am already seeing a rather specific result. It amuses
Great.
me very greatly.
Great.
I would also like to point you to our Discord where I posted a very cute picture of my VR sculpt of Fettid. It's one of the best pieces of art I've ever made, I feel.
Hey, Fro,
Hank,
you have no
think I
reason to
can
think that
pull
this
that
poll
up.
has anything negative.
Hang
It could be a
on.
positive poll.
Things might.
Have we ever
Pulse
had a
weirdly.
positive poll?
I think there was a helpful one once.
Maybe.
I mean, a poll got Tromlin laid.
That's true.
Okay.
That's a positive
By
on
a
in
goddess.
some light. Yeah.
Granted, a goddess of the spiders, but you know, still,
Fine.
he worked it out.
Nice.
Where is
I would
the
also like
picture?
to
'Cause
share
it's so cute.
with the chat my Doge Bonk figure.
Nice.
Love it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
You know?
I don't know
Straight to
who
Horny
made
Jail.
that, but whoever it was,
It's
deserves
so good.
kudos.
This is from U2's. I also have it's harder to get, but I have the Squidward inside. Which is very pandemic themed, where he's just looking out the window and he's just like,
Mhm.
And there's a sticker on the inside of the window
Okay.
that is the perspective of him looking down at Patrick and SpongeBob having fun outside.
My goodness, Alina, do you want to check on that boy?
Someone throwing a
Let's get him-
tantrum.
Yeah, he's just throwing a tantrum. I just want to make sure he's not like
Oh,
losing his mind at the other birds, and it's just because he's
No,
We
all of
lost
the
our
birds are
rain-
here.
oh,
I
they're
have
back.
all of the birds within
Okay,
sight,
he
except
just-
for him.
So that's it. He just
He's
wants
just
to come
he
over where
grumpy.
the other birds are.
He's just a grumpy baby.
He says, "I want attention."
Yeah.
For the in
Why
case
did the
in
other
case
birds get to
Alina
get out?
ever yeah, in case Alina is ever unmuted, and you can
I'm-
hear the shrieking bird in the background. That's
excited and horrified because I didn't have, and I think
The
I
new
might
baby.
have shot glasses, but I was just pouring from the bottle when I made these very fancy little drinks, and it's already down to here, which is maybe 3 shots.
Okay. Yeah.
all right. So if we lose you on the your picture on screen, we'll know it's because you're below the camera.
Yeah,
Watch yourself.
Mhm.
All right.
I have a couch behind
So-
this green screen, so you know, it's fine.
So sometime in shortly, we'll probably be being joined by Peter. But in the meantime,
Do you
I
want
will
to?
say
Do you want to share the
that,
TikTok?
we
Should we
could do that. I
share
was
it
going to
now?
do that when we're ready for break, though. Let's just
Okay,
wait till we're
okay.
in your break. So just to pick up with you guys, so we left off with an attempt from Copernicus to
Are we sure that there's not like other things that we
charm
need to do?
your mother.
Like,
Um,
before this scene? Like any other
There's
things that
no scene
are
here because like
pertinent to
all
the...
all he manages to do at this point is make a very good impression. And he does do like a very gentlemanly bow.
Was it a
and
good?
kiss the hand.
Did he? Was that what's happened? I don't know. As mainly a social character, that felt a little fumbly.
Madam, how do you feel about buckets?
Oh my god!
It's a threesome if the
I
bucket's in the
spent-
room.
Yeah.
I spent
Ever had
at
a
least
three-way
one
with a
luck
dead
point.
mummy?
I spent at least one inspiration and one luck point.
It's okay.
When you
In that
got
social
the bucket,
interaction
it's
alone.
time to fuck it. Oh, sorry.
I have let people go
There
down
it
by
is.
not re-rolling my attacks before, but in that social interaction, I was just like, inspiration, luck point, not happening, not having this nat
You're
one
so
on my...
classy.
Oh god.
Classy AF.
So just two things that I want to point out that happen here, is that your mother seems to be happy to spoil for a fight with you,
Mhm.
but
Your mama.
Copernicus's persuasion roll and attempting to turn up his undead charms at least kind of like curtails the argument.
Yeah.
As he points out very tactfully that it is getting late, and she begrudgingly agrees to bring you on with them to the camp. In part because, of course, Ugna is happy to pick up, like, an impossibly ridiculous giant stack of crates and carry them for the barbarians. And so
I'm also trying to
you
make a good
all-
impression, but for different reasons.
Yep. And I will mention or remind you also, Morgan, that you did spot.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know.
a certain Ifan in the crowd, giving you a bit of a look. So I will note that the poll has only got about 2.5 minutes left, maybe closer to 3. So I don't know if anybody wants to try and vote in a different direction, but it's not entirely futile. For the players, all of the votes are on the same option right now,
Of course.
except for one. It's starting to make me think maybe the audience wants that to happen. I don't know. I'll wait. I'll let it go a little further. I'm not entirely convinced. We'll see.
Let me know when the stream is or the poll's over, and I'll switch my camera around so I can see
Shortly.
the chat.
Give it less than 2 minutes.
We got a little bit of your room in there, Alina.
Also, there was a comment that this adds a new level to the "there's a hole in the bucket." Dear
Oh,
Perni,
no.
dear Perni.
No!
I don't like
I
this
feel
comment.
The need
Is
to
this-
inflict upon you.
Is this Dune popcorn bucket lore? Is that what's going on?
Oh god.
Has this been a big lead up to the Dune popcorn bucket?
Yep.
That
The
is-
Dune pocket pussy. Yeah.
It looks
It's
very
bad.
scratchy.
Yeah. It
I wouldn't
seems like it
recommend
would be a
it.
bad time.
Yikes.
If you want to do anything with the bucket, you better have your tetanus shot up to date.
Mhm.
It's better
Oh.
when there's a little bit of bite.
Okay.
It's a lot of bite,
so,
though. It's a lot of teeth.
with that, so the group of y'all are going to be escorted by the barbarians to their encampment.
I
At
get
the
enough. I'm
north
sorry.
edge of the hills, near the stretching out, frozen and blasted plains of the icy wastes.
Try.
And that's going to include a rest, because you're going to be basically given some accommodations.
I'm gonna be catching up with my cousins in the meantime.
Mhm.
So she's gonna be sharing some stories. figuring out what's been going on locally.
So you get set up with a tent of your own at the edge of the encampment.
Oh my god.
And which immediately, Morgan, you recognize to be a little of a cold shoulder. You're not like invited to
North, it's pretty obvious that's
to
gonna
room
happen.
around your mom's. You're in like a little ostracism tent off at the edge, and that is it for the poll. Very clear
if I'm gonna
winner.
be put, sorry, we're going to make this a party. If we're gonna be put on the fucking res of my res in this temp encampment, then it's
Oh,
going
nice.
to be a party.
Good. Make them jealous.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ugna,
I'm
I'm gonna need you
the chat
to.
has been pushed up. I do want to point out a comment that isn't visible because the chat has been pushed up, which is good because I don't want any spoilers for the players. But there was a comment that, like, seriously, I have over 50,000 channel points and I'm not afraid to use them.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
I'm so
Oh,
scared.
What are
Lord.
we in for?
I'm so scared.
It's
I
fine.
will
I'm sure
actually
everything will be
reveal-
fine.
I will reveal that the chat chose all of the above.
Great.
God,
Oh no!
Good.
that's
I
not
like that he
comforting.
relaxed.
That's
Good and great.
terrifying.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
This isn't Chipotle. Like,
That's fine. It's good.
This is
Fantasy
And if
the
it was
sugary
Chipotle,
like
that would be
burrito
good.
choose
of
Fuckery.
fuckery.
all. Choose all is not like having every topping on your taco. Like, that's terrifying.
Okay.
Maybe the supreme
So-
burrito of fuckery might be our episode title. We'll see.
So
Yep.
Morgan's gonna be sharing some of her super fine alcohol, schmoozing up to her cousins. Is going to be playing into their machismo, which they have a lot of out here. To encourage them to see if they can test their strength against Ugna.
That's going to
She's
go
gonna-
well.
Oh yeah.
She's
Are
gonna
they
be asking
more or less all humans?
Trom to heal people if they need it. I don't know if anyone got injured.
I would say that this tribe is not entirely humans.
Mhm.
There's a mix, but because there's a lot of relations in this tribe. It's probably mostly humans or human kin, right? Humankind.
Right.
So that includes, like, humans that may have fey touch, in other words, satyrs, or humans that may
Other
have like
funky things going on.
other elemental aspects. There's certainly probably quite a few humans here with ice type elemental,
Ooh, like a
powers
tiefling or
and touches.
two, or
Yeah, possibly. But I was thinking, remember, in the races of my setting, I do the humans rather than having other races for all of the elemental types. They are just different variations of human.
So we get a short rest.
No. Like this, by the time you
There's a
get
full
to
long
the
rest.
camp, it's
Okay.
like getting quite
this
late.
is our tiefling
and
party,
Our-
except
our
it's
immediate-
awkward.
Because I desperately need Tromlin to do something for me.
Kill my mom.
Oh my!
Or
Whoa.
Tromlin
Copernicus-
has promised
Copernicus has wandered off.
something to Morgan. Which is
Um,
a curse lifting.
I will have to rest. I don't have one right now.
Is it a long
I-
rest or a short rest?
a long rest.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
used yours on me and my shadow.
Okay.
a long
Yeah.
refractory period on that.
All right.
Sorry.
This is to do what? What I missed?
To remove a curse.
Oh yes. Because that was the
Someone apparently doesn't like being telling the truth all the time.
What?
to their mom.
Said
I think this evening Ugna is just generally trying to be as sociable as possible, sociable and charming, because she gets that these people are really important to Morgan and are her family. So she's being sort of a social butterfly.
Very
Well, in
large
fact-
butterfly.
Yes.
In
Social
fact,
Lunamar.
several of the cousins who maybe are more sympathetic to Morgan will
cool
go out
cousins.
of their way to come by and
The gay ones.
stop in and talk.
Good.
So yeah, several of your younger cousins will come by the tent and sort of say, are you, like, first of all, they just start with pleasantries about, like, how, do you have enough food, and do you need more blankets for your for this tent and for the guest spaces, because this is clearly a tent that was set up that either has lost its occupants, like some of the barbarians were lost in the raid, or it was set up specifically for guests. But there's only a certain amount of bedding available, and you have at least one very large person and multiple smaller people with you. So
turn into that classic, but we only have one bed trope.
Oh my god.
You're all gonna have to share it.
Oops,
Thank
only
God
one
Perni
bedroll.
floats.
Yeah.
And maybe
Also,
he doesn't sleep. I don't know. Yeah.
No, you've never seen him sleep.
Yeah.
He has always been awake every time you've been awake. You've woke up.
I'm excited for Perni to
Are you
live his
asking?
truth someday.
Oops, so
never
that
But
seen
you
him.
know
unlike
that he's
Perni
dead.
himself, I don't force people to tell their truths. I let
Ooh.
them
You've never seen him
explore them
sleep
and come
or
up with
eat.
it.
You've
You
also never
know?
seen him eat or drink. In fact, make me an insight check, which you're incredibly good at, just because I'm curious.
Advantage because of empathy?
No, just a straight one.
Oh, that went far away.
But
But
we
you
don't
have
do
like a plus
anything
10,
straight.
right? Plus 9.
Yeah. Ooh, 19. 19 plus
10
9.
on the die or 19 on the die?
19 on the die.
Oh, great. Jesus. So 28. Yeah. Perni is not great at trying to pretend that he actually needs to sleep, eat, drink, or breathe. And you have very, very, very early on realized that he does not do any of those things. So frequently, for example, he will take some kind of piece of food and mash it against his face and let the pieces all fall on the ground and then go, "Oh, that was delightful." Or he'll like take a drink and like throw it over his shoulder and then go, "Ah," and whatever.
I'm gonna say
He's
you
not,
also notice
he's
that
not
Ugna
super
has not stopped like feeding Perni and making sure he has enough to drink.
Yeah, your insight also tells you that as much as you notice all those things about Perni, you realize Ugna has not noticed any of those things about Perni, which seems to be about par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I will offer my services as a cook to prepare food
Ooh.
because it's what I do.
there are cook fires at most of the tents, so it seems like each little sort of family unit does their own cooking. But
Okay.
you've got a bunch of guests here. You've got all of these cousins showing up. So you could absolutely start cooking for the party and make sure there's enough to share.
Is it a +7? That's my cooking proficiency?
Yes. It's your
Plus-
proficiency plus your wisdom bonus. So that's 7.
23.
Nice.
Very
Ooh.
nice. So you make some very
I'm trying to basically help Morgan impress their family.
You make that real good hamburger soup with the fry bread. Just like,
fuck yeah.
And I've got my pouches of boundless spices.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
That's gonna go over real well.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, Morgan, what starts off as just a handful of your more sympathetic cousins coming to sort of just check in on you and go like, you okay? Or are you? One of the things that you get asked fairly quickly is, are you back? Have you come home to stay?
Oh.
I'm kind of on a mission, which we'll talk about more when we
Gad.
I'm on a
arrive.
mission from Gad.
There's some pretty big, crazy things going on. And some assholes that are trying to gather forces that, are shitty. And we're not putting up with that.
Even without that crazy insight check, you see your various cousins exchange knowing and worried glances when you start talking about that. Uh, that
That's
definitely rings some bells for them.
I've had a fucking day. You know how it is. I've had a fucking day. So why don't we eat some food? Why don't you guys tell us some stories? And I will help illustrate them for you. So I will be encouraging them to share their stories and catch up, and I'll be using minor illusion and prestidigitation to help share them, and including like local stories that my companions might not know of too.
How light are you trying to keep it? Because like they'll start telling you some like of the news unless you like deliberately steer
Oh,
it.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
we
no
just
bummer
wanna have-
shit.
No, no bummer shit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Um,
Let's let my companions know a bit about where we're from, and I'll be using magic to help emphasize their stories.
Aw.
okay, so they'll begin telling like some of them of course are very keen to practice their storytelling, and we'll start talking about what they the stories of the north, uh, the frozen ice that used to cover uh, more of the world, but has receded as the gods chose to make lands for the softer peoples to live, and of course the first peoples stay to the frozen wastes of the north because they were the ones who were strong enough to live there, and there's plenty of disparagement for those southern softies. Uh,
Strong
but
enough, stupid enough, same thing.
Yeah.
um, and there still will be points in here, Morgan, where one of your older cousins tries to kind of take you aside and talk to you a little bit about more serious things. So I guess
If
the
it
question is to what lengths are you going to go to avoid that, or are you?
if it's urgent, you can tell me, and we'll keep it brief. But otherwise, I'm really tired.
Because your cousin will say, um, you know how upset your mother uh, was when you never returned from your schools. The idea was that you would come back to your people and learn the ways of the city dwellers and bring it back to the for the advantage of the tribe. But she's still pretty upset. Is the point. And I guess you know about the the battles we've had, the the these Night Slayer tribes that have become uh, so powerful, and now these undead creatures that come ravaging out of the wildwoods. You can tweak that image slightly to the side there, Amina, so we can
Oh,
see
we
the
can look at
wildwoods
chat.
too.
I haven't looked at the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can in fact return. The poll is
Yeah.
long
I
over.
figured we'd need a some map here for context.
And I can of course reveal that all of the above won because you guys don't know what the above was. So
No.
it's all good.
I'm in fear. Um. Yeah, we've members of my group have had uh people who've needed help and people who have needed to be ended, and um we've been dealing with that and have been covered a lot, which I'll happily share along with my party when the time is right.
He nods and says, I would watch your back, cousin. There are going to be some in the tribe who are happy to see you, and there will be others who are very unhappy to see you.
Well, what's expected isn't always what's right.
True enough. Be safe.
After dinner, I will use my cantrips to tell stories because I am still a storyteller.
Yep.
Cool. There'll be like a cool exchange of stories from like southern city dwellers and from the locals.
We need to tell them all
During
about
all of this. Fettid
our fight
will
with the aboleth.
Fettid will come back during all this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
having followed the trail, Fettid's gonna wander in.
The scent
Yeah,
of food.
basically, as soon as the food is really underway, Fettid, you speed up your tracking as you're
Yep.
just like, okay,
It just
Somebody
gets so much
cooking dinner.
easier when I have a goal in mind.
Fettid, welcome back.
Hey, so I got some good news for y'all.
Oh,
What's the news?
Did you know that Zook Greytower is not immune to ballista?
what?
Oh, what?
A
In
ballista?
fact, they will kill the shit out of him.
Hey, buddy, did you kill them? Those freaky...
Yeah. Well, I killed
Whatever they
one of
were?
them. I killed the boy one. The girl one was real mad, but she
Good
got
on
away.
you. I, like, pat you on the back hard enough to knock you over.
I
I
prepare
fly about
some.
15 feet into a bush.
Oops, sorry,
I
sorry.
prepare a plate for Fettid.
I will haul you out of the bush and pat you off.
He
Amazing.
gets a treat.
Yeah, the same ones I was giving Ollie.
He gets a treat for murder.
They're salmon flavored.
Morgan's
sister got away,
definitely
right?
going to be crunching
Still
on
out there?
some wind-dried salmon. That's like as nice as Trom's food is. She's just going to be chomping down on that the whole night.
That's
Just pulling
fine.
off beautiful strips of wind-dried salmon. Ugh, so good.
Whatever makes her happy. Dromlin understands.
I'm
You're
still
home,
dreaming
you
of
want to
that
try
wind-dried salmon you gave me, like, years ago. In real life.
Oh my god.
So good. So good.
Well, this year I
It's
did
like-
get that grant to go up to fish camp. You could come and help me do that VR stuff.
I would love to learn
gonna
how
be
to
camping.
process fish. I would love that. I am so
Yeah.
in for this.
Paid
It's really good.
delicious fish.
Hell yes. I will work for fish, especially salmon.
Yeah, that's
Some
extremely
kinda like-
on brand for you.
Weird
Mhm.
D&D monster salmon that like lives in the far north.
Salmon.
Oh, they must be so big. Oh my
They're woolly
god.
salmon.
You gotta-
They got like
you gotta
tusks.
Yep.
have like an actual credit challenge rating of 1 or 2.
Heck,
Nice.
oh my god, the sturgeon.
Oh my
The
god.
sturgeon.
That's just a
The
monster.
sturgeon in this world be so scary. They're already
Yeah, real
scary.
sturgeon are
Real
monsters.
monsters. Real sturgeons are just monsters.
Yeah.
Prehistoric
Mhm.
monstrosities. Excellent.
So first thing in the
Okay.
morning.
So yeah,
First thing in the
we can-
morning.
we
Tomlin?
can speed through the
Long
night. and-
rest.
Should we, before we get to the morning, should we like set up a watch system? Your cousin has warned
That's a good
us
point.
about your
That's
safety.
true.
That does sound worryingly reasonable.
I assume that it wants to set up his alarm spell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
what's
do
up?
the
Your family
usual.
seems really nice though. Like, who are we watching out for? Other barbarians or is it dragon or something?
No more
Um,
dragons.
I don't know. They might want to kick my ass.
Why? They're your family.
Not all families get along.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
See mine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have not harmed anyone. So
Yet. Might have to.
Well, listen, I had like a whole building fall on me today. Can I have a nap first? I'll take last watch or middle of the night or something.
I
Sounds
think
great.
Perni was saying they're not sleepy for some reason tonight.
Perni
Sorry.
has
I
disappeared.
try
He's
and say
gone.
that, and then I say, Perni, I don't think Perni needs to sleep. I think we can
Oh,
give
that's right.
Perni first watch at the
Perni's
very
not
least.
currently here, though.
Well, he's not. I think he's. I don't know. I don't know where he went. Maybe he's.
Oh, Perni's gone,
with
gone?
Mom.
Yep, he's
Oh,
wandered
God.
off.
Oh no.
Okay.
And in fact, Morgan will probably say out loud before she can stop herself, shit, he's probably fucking my mom.
Or at least trying to.
Well, you know,
Maybe
Good for
it'll
them.
chill her the fuck out, you know?
a
Just
good
keep,
old deep dicking does
telling
that.
them the truth. As Morgan continues to tell the truth.
Mhm.
He's got the
So you're
bucket with
setting...
him, right? Isn't that your
That's
grandma?
Reese.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think about that.
None of our business, really.
Mm-mm.
We have shifted.
Um,
There we go. We're back.
We're good. We're back.
Sorry, I froze.
That's fine.
Was that on your end, Alina?
I will forgive, but I will not forgive the chat or our Discord server because I constantly keep getting notifications. I only recently found out that you can left click mark as read a whole server. So before, when people would put stuff in the not for players channel, I would just like look away and then click away as my way of marking it as read until I recently found out that you can just right click it. But also, I made a whole piece about that. What are you guys talking about? What are you doing? I don't trust you.
I found a
I
bird.
don't know about this. I don't know about this. Oh, little baby.
Okay. So you are then, I suspect, going
Sleep?
to do a bit of some kind of watch system.
Fettid, could you
Yeah.
go first?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So in that case, during the night, Fettid, since you're first watch, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Have any of my cousins
only...
stuck around, or were they good boys and went back to bed?
Some
With
of
their
your
guns.
cousins that are sort of the like
Chill
late
variety.
teens and early 20-something partying
Mhm. Party boys.
variety will probably hang around until you're basically all going to bed and they need to leave. And even then, it's a very, like if there's enough sort of places to pull up a blanket, some of them will stay. If it looks like if you're talking out like openly about setting a watch, then a couple of them might like offer to help.
I will
Things
choose
rolling my
my
dice.
youngest. Oh, nice. I'll choose my youngest and most need of
Nice.
experience cousin to
Ooh,
do a
choose a
watch with
dice.
Fettid.
It'll show him how
Was
it's
it
done.
like very awkwardly kind of like giving Fettid the eye the entire time? It's probably the first kobold he's ever met.
Yeah.
Definitely the stinkiest.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is Fettid. Fettid is really cool. Fettid is like a very tiny, very adorable hero.
Nobody's
He's
ever called me
also
adorable
one of
before.
the like deadliest little guys I know. Um
Now, do you mean that in
and
like
he's just
literally or in the indigenous sense?
both.
Deadly.
Both. He's just the best.
He's
He's the cutest
dead.
and very like sleep drunk and drunk. Morgan will like go to like snuggle him and just like pull him into just like the softest, biggest hug.
But I
and
immediately
scrumple
like
up his
I
hat.
squirt out of your hug like a bar of soap when you squeeze it too hard
Yeah.
because I'm just kind of slimy.
It's all the
Yeah,
mucus.
he'll leave
He's
Yeah.
like
quite a bit You'll
He's
kind of
so
want to
stinky.
surreptitiously prestidigitation yourself
Yeah.
afterwards.
Oh, she will. She
Yeah.
will definitely, but she's too drunk and like forced to tell the truth already. So she's just like, he's so cute and so stinky, and probably as cute and stinky and deadly, like at the same like level. Like those are the 3 tiers, and I think that's where all of his height went.
Deadly as he is stinky.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, Fettid, let me get that perception check.
All right, that is a 15.
15 total.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna make
Then
a
she'll
roll to oppose.
Start cleaning herself off of prestidigitation.
Established. Okay, well that's a shitty roll.
Brushing her fur.
15 will do. So once everybody goes to sleep, Fettid, except for you and the one cousin who's standing watch with you. A couple other cousins that have decided to crash here are on some piles of furs as well, as are the rest of you. I'm sure this is like that large drawing of Ugna sleeping and like everybody else just sleeping on top of her, because the rest of the party is so small. And
Morgan is the sandwich between Tromlin and Ugna. Because it's biggest
it's like,
to middlest
like,
to smallest. And then Fettid's
like
not sleeping.
the Snoopy stack, right? Like when
Yeah,
Snoopy
yeah.
would sleep with
Yeah.
It makes me think of when my daughter's sick and she has to sleep between me and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So at one point during the night there, Fettid, during your watch, you will notice somebody in the shadows between 2 of the other tents just
Is it a
parked there,
bitch?
keeping an eye on you. So there's somebody there watching your
Okay.
campsite, and they're trying to be like sort of not seen and hidden about it. But I rolled, even with advantage, I rolled like crap. So you still
Okay.
spot them. My
Well, that's
high
good
roll
news.
was 13.
Well, when you're not moving between places, standing beside a tent doesn't make a lot of sense.
Just trying to act casual.
Yeah, trying to hide in the shadows. But they're very clearly, one of the tribe's people here is watching
Okay.
your tent. There may be more than one, but there's only one that you spotted.
All right. Well, I will make a note of that. That doesn't seem like immediate cause for alarm, but
Well, and you do have an alarm
I
spell.
found
So
it.
yeah.
This is an older picture, so it's still got Glorpa, but there's the stack.
Oh, is the sleeping stack.
Yep.
Excellent. I want to see.
Can't wait for everyone to see the VR stuff.
Right? It
Well,
looks
we're
so
going to cover that in
good.
just a second.
I need to get
Did
better
you-
footage of it.
Did you post a thing, or what did you do?
I only posted a TikTok.
No, I meant the picture Alina was just
I'm
talking
gonna have
about.
to
I
see
don't
at
see it.
break.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a.
Okay.
There's a screenshot in
Transition over.
the safer work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan art.
There we go.
Cool.
Oh my god.
It's the stack.
That was
And
like
there's
one
a
of
little
the.
tiny
Why
Fetid.
are you in a
things you drew.
puddle? Why are
That's
you in a
'cause Fettid.
puddle?
Fettid's got a
Fettid-
puddle.
Fettid is gross and Glorpa are gross, so they
Yep.
are both making
Puddles.
rather.
This is
Yep.
so beautiful.
Right?
I love
Ours
it.
the best.
So the only other thing of note during the night happens on the last watch on Ug. And it
You need me to roll
is
something?
that. No, I don't, because what
Okay, good.
happens is the alarm spell goes off and Fettid wakes up with a
Fuck.
shout of "fuck,"
Yep.
because that's what the alarm does when Fettid sets the alarm spell. And you wake up, Fettid, as does everybody else, and you hear the scuffle of feet fleeing from the area, because someone was clearly creeping up towards the tent, and when they crossed the line of the alarm spell and set that loud noise off, they clearly chickened out and bolted.
I was
Okay.
looking
I'm
the
gonna
wrong
press the
direction. I whip
digitation.
around, look the other way.
I'm gonna press the digitation like a annoyed emoji above our tent that says, "Could you fucking not? I'm tired." I'll even I'll thaumaturgy that shit. I'll put up the image. I'll be like, you fucking creeps! Could you not? I'm tired.
I assume you're not doing this in such a volume that you're trying like to wake the whole
Camp.
clan up. You're just
Oh
immediate.
no, I will. I will thaumaturgy. You
I mean,
wake
how-
me
how
up
big
on
of a-
this fucking day? No. On
How
this
big a deal are
day?
you making of this? Are you going to like hue and cry?
No, I said what I said, Lane. I put
Okay.
an emoji to be above our thing that is just like a fucking annoyed Morgan face. And it just says, could you fucking not? And then I'll thaumaturgy. Could you fucking not? I'm tired. Stop creeping on our tent.
By thaumaturgy, you mean like the
Making my
booming
voice loud.
The
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah, if
So
we
that
have
is
to be awake
definitely going to
because of
attract
somebody, then other people are gonna have to be awake.
Okay. So,
I didn't get
there will
sleep because of
be-
y'all, and y'all
that
getting
will
sleep with
obviously-
me.
that will obviously have some degree of repercussion, but in the meantime,
Mhm.
you're obviously now all awake.
The heck was
we
that?
still call that a long rest. It's sufficient.
Mhm.
This happened late in the night. Tromlin, I believe you wanted Tromlin to cast a remove curse first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So Tromlin needs to decide what god he's praying to.
That's a good question. Let me
Are we
see.
going to roll? I'm all excited because I changed up
130.
the numbers.
Hold on. That's the wrong die.
Oh my god, it was just Perni sneaking back to camp.
12.
It was Perni sneaking back to camp, and then be like, "Oops,
Oh,
Just a walk ashamed.
a float
that
of
doesn't seem
shame."
like Perni. I feel like Perni would more like waltz in, like, guess who got his dick wet?
Oh, but
And we'd
no,
all
but
be
when
like, oh god.
no, but when you set the
We don't want
alarm,
to hear about it.
Yeah.
Don't tell us.
you
Yeah.
choose people that are present for the alarm, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You
12.
included him on the safe list.
God number 12. Do.
That's
Oh
just-
my goodness.
Jesus, that's weird.
It's Loki.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
no.
Trickster
I mean,
god.
we are in the north.
Pansexual trickster god. The
Yeah.
Marvel dream, but also with all the Norse weirdness and capriciousness. One of the major gods of the north. His symbol is an S made from 2 snakes.
Is it that cool S? It's a real cool
Yes.
S.
It's the cool S, but made of snakes.
Yep.
So obviously, to worship him, I need to get into a pansexual orgy, and then pull a prank on everybody.
Or just be gender fluid AF today.
No, it's gonna like because it's like the Marvel
It's
films.
my
where
dick all along.
every time he pulls a prank, it's just the fake out. So you're just like, yeah, you're just literally
Lucy
doing
all
the,
day, every day. Lucy
the
in the
orgy, but
football.
every time someone thrusts it, they miss because he's
Ow.
not there. It's somebody else.
So many bent penises.
I just had this
Yeah.
mental image of like to worship Loki, put up a sign advertising a glory hole, sit behind the wall with a mallet.
Oh no.
Or a goat.
Poor goat.
You know what? You know
There's
what?
a lot of Norse mythology about Loki and goats.
The
Like I said-
mallet is one of those inflatable ones that squeaks that you get at like the P&E.
Yeah.
So it
The whistle
hurts.
bat.
It hurts, but it makes a really funny sound.
Yeah.
They put a penis in, they pull it out, and they see a smiley face painted onto it.
hmm
So
They go to
uh,
ejaculate, and it's just a little flag comes out that says "bang."
Yep.
yeah, exactly. That's
And
Loki.
then they gotta figure out how to get it out.
Yep. That's the bad part.
The unfurling is the worst part of that.
Everyone loves a prank catheter.
hmm
Of course, Lar
so
has
yeah.
drawn that. Of course, Lar has already
You-
drawn that.
He has. Of course he
I'm-
has.
I'm not surprised.
Oh dear God. I
It's the
didn't
bang
see that
cartoon, but
Laura
with
was
the
here in
Joker.
chat. So I take it you're going to use your remove curse.
Yes, I'm absolutely. I'm not going to even like I wake up, I pray, I get my prayers done, I go straight, like I pull her aside somewhere private.
And remove the truth curse. Morgan, this is an opportunity because of your wild magic for the curse, the remove curse to do more. So I will remind you of the offer that's on the table. You can let me know if that occurs at this point. There is a magical catalyst that could in fact cause that to happen.
I kind of don't want to because it communicates shame about who she is. If she were to
has
like
no control
arrive
over the
like
wild
that,
magic.
oh, that's true. That's true.
This is a Raven choice, not a Morgan
not
choice.
currently, no.
Okay.
I think
So
there
the
are other
magic
story
just
points where
undoes. Yeah, the magic just undoes your fairy curse, and you are no longer required to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
thank God.
There you go.
Thank
Literally,
Loki.
thank
Which
Loki.
one?
Apparently today you've been thinking Loki.
Okay. I mean,
You can
you've
thank
seen
him
me
by
pee
fucking
standing
with him.
up, so you know what's up. Him and I make good friends.
Mm-hmm. All right, I've done my job. I'll start cooking breakfast.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Guidance.
Try not to get any more curses, please.
I'm
This is
holding
probably
on to
a
the
good time.
pastries that
First?
will
First is fine.
preserve
Everything's
until
fine.
we can uncursify them.
This is probably a good point for a break, and also to show off the VR video if you so choose. I'm not sure how you were going to do that, Lena. Are you just going to?
I'm gonna try to
pull
open
it up?
it. It might be weird. If our cameras flicker
Do
up
you
a
want me
second.
to? Do you want to? I could send you the file to play.
I think I
because
got
also
it. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right. We're doing this. I can make this happen. I just got to flip the camera over here. It's so freaking cool.
I'm sad Peter's not here yet.
He will be shortly.
All right, are you ready for this? Because this is
here on the break.
amazing. Amazing. And transitioning over. Check this out. Oh, it's got music.
Now I got to turn the thing on so I can hear it. I don't think it's broadcasting the music, so.
Yeah, it's just for me.
But that's okay.
I'm just gonna rock along here.
You can also.
Look at that.
Did you also post a link?
Raven
Look at these
built
guys.
all of that. It's so good.
Sculpted it all in Figment XR on the Quest 3.
So cool.
Oh, it sounds like they do have music on the stream.
Cool, and I brought the music back.
And you'll notice that this is all LAR art that has been 3D visualized.
That's
See if I
very
can
cool.
get that closer. Oh yeah, I can. Hey, that looks even better. Check that out. That's so cool. I even got like the sparkle effect on Morgan's bustier. Ah,
Yeah. Color changing.
Quest 3, y'all. Quest 3.
So
Pretty
fun.
cool.
Look at that background.
I had no idea. I've not been a kobold drawer. I might be a little gay, so I mostly draw hot women. And
Oh,
to this point, not hot kobold women. And still not yet, I guess. But yeah, so I just worked off of Lars' design for Fettid. And
It's so
I
cute.
was
little
surprised.
guy. You
He's
nailed
just
it.
little.
Look at the little guy! I'm
And
really
there's
sad because
Ollie.
And Ollie.
Ollie is so sweet.
Well,
Evie was saying
Lars
that,
pointing out that he never made the bird that you have added.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Of course, the rest of it is all LAR designs. I also like that Copernicus is floating in the air.
Yeah.
That's his deal.
He's
I thought
animated
at
a
first-
little bit, so he's just like
Yeah,
hovering.
he's kind
Bucket.
of floating.
That bucket.
And then his
Do
Oh,
not
he's got,
ever
like,
look in the bucket.
He's got some dark magic too. This is like the
Just a
moment of
little
him
guy.
summoning Ollie.
Look at that small man.
Good.
Cool.
That's so cool, Raven.
I also
Yeah.
like that we're using a pink fluffy apron version of Tromlin.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
I was like,
Hell
what
yes.
Tromlin will I use? Obviously, Apron Tromlin.
The
That's what I mean.
zaddiest.
Zaddy. Zaddy Butcher Tromlin.
Yeah, Zaddy Butcher. That's perfect, actually.
Nice.
Patty Butcher sounds like a weird movie slasher.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I mean,
a
he
good
would
band.
be in it. I mean,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So this
definitely
is
like
like-
some sort of like goth rockabilly act.
Oh yeah. Like you're just moving your head around to move the camera, right?
When it's in vertical, that's me using an iPad, actually.
Oh, cool.
I have some exclusive access to Figment
Rad.
XR's mobile app alpha.
Fancy.
So
Look at you.
I saved it to that.
Cool.
So when it's
Early
vertical, that's to
adopter.
the iPad, and then
That's
when
so
it's
cool.
length view, that's actually in 360.
That is cool.
Neat.
Pretty fun.
That's it. We're done. I'll drop the link
Okay.
into
Alright,
the chat
so-
at break.
We will have our break and be back here at about 10 after.
Sweet. We'll see you all in a few.
And for the second half of Trash Heroes.
You 10 after the
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
I think that link
now.
should do. All right. See y'all in a few.